Today's review, we're looking at GJ. We'll come back to GJ. NAS today was very interesting. Was pretty straightforward. I think Andre was the one who had fun. I prefer KX, I don't know why. Because he traded earlier, and thinking about it, that was maybe the wiser decision. But still using this indicator, Katrina told me hopefully before the end of tomorrow, the OB part and everything will be ready. But this is just so I do not draw the box. On our daily, I was a little bit tripped off here, a little, because on this feed on the daily, because FXCM, the daily said there was a type 2 here. I came to the chat late, so that was also an issue. But also, we were here on this bag on the type on this old one, but nothing. I was thinking, wait a minute, if this is a type 2, and yesterday we already did this, maybe price was going to, come up and then come down, and even maybe if I'm very bearish, come here. But then I checked other feed. I was like, wait a minute, this on the daily, this is not showing anything. This was also another nothing. And someone had told me that the black bull, I believe, is closer to the futures chart, and I was like, okay, nothing here. And let me check the futures chart because I didn't check at the time. And also, okay, like the black bull, nothing. So I was like, okay, this chart was not going to work well today. I believe I switched it, but it doesn't matter. I was like, all right, nothing. Daily, we are still stuck inside this OB that will go up, but it's on the daily, so nothing has changed. I went to the 1 hour, and we'll turn on this the weekly separator. So today is Thursday, and I was like, okay, what is happening? Before, this is a type 1. This is the most, because of course, like every one of us, we look for the most interesting that it came today. And when to answer UKX about, one of the, about, let's see, for instance, this type 1. Okay, maybe this is its OB. Of course, what I was trying to say is that about this 2 bar, sometimes I use it. If I had a timed delivery, I would wait for this 2 bar, but I will show us, so maybe I should just stick to this for now. So this was what I saw. Of course, this, I was like, okay, this is the most obvious one. If I turn this off for a minute, I didn't really like this. So when I came and I turned the indicator and I saw this, I don't know. Of course, these are big numbers. I should do this for the purpose of the large. No. These are, 120. Now we're in the 20 points time, whereby 20 points is good and sometimes not even easy to give you. So I saw this, but I didn't like the way that they stopped this. Like, I didn't like the staircase. But I also was speaking to my trading partner, and he wanted to, he wanted a long on NAS, but he wasn't sure, because he then told me, it was like all day. So this move on NAS that was happening yesterday and this morning was like, it already happened most of yesterday on the US 30, and US 30 had been dropping all day, and he wasn't convinced that NAS was about to go up. So he was telling me that he wasn't going to trade because he didn't like this idea, and he doesn't do all this SMT or anything. He's a classic support and resistance guy. So when I saw this, I was already, all right, like much more bearish on the Nasdaq, but keeping it simple. So I was like, okay, And then of course Kish later 10, but I came to the charts very late. I came after 8:30. This 8:30 candle was already printing. So I saw and I was like, okay, if we wanted to trade 1 hour, this was the most obvious thing. This happened at 4 a.m. This is a type 2, it confirmed it. Additionally, this type 2, this guy, so if in a type 2 with 2 bars, a type 2 is, and that's what I was also trying to mention, a type 2 is a 2 bar, especially if it only has 2 candles in it. So a type 2 is a 2 bar, and the idea, which shows what I do, is like we close the open and I prefer the CST. So open and CST of it, enter and sell. So that's one example of how I use the 2 bar as an entry, not just waiting. So it's an entry, and I also wait for a CST of it too. So that's one example. So that's why when I came up with when I was trying to do it, just came from what I did previously on GU. So if this at 8 o'clock, so this is the OB, why was I comfortable that I would have sold this, even though this has gone on? If I was playing the 1 hour, of course, if I was there, I would have maybe closed it here, but let's see how many points. Who knows? If I saw this 20 points, maybe I would have closed more or more. Who knows? Was that this? So the rule is we need we need a 2 bar for this guy, happened at 5 o'clock. So if we treat it independently, so if you are treating each one independently, this already won. This was its confirmation for the CST and of its 2 bar. It needs a retracement. Of course, the retracement already won here. This has not happened. This is another OP. So if these are another OB for the 1 hour, we would have a situation whereby even if I didn't see this because of news, because let's say news took this, actually it's not because of news, it's news. This open, it's another entry, and target would be because this is an OB for this, so yeah. But since I was more bearish because of the US30, I think I targeted for 150 points, but this was then the entry, and this. So this was the 1 hour trade. So we would have 1 hour for this, and we will not place it here. Let's just keep it mechanical. So 100, and then clone this, and I will speak faster, and then close this here. So 180 points, just like 1-to-1. I like this, as annoying as the low volatility is. I like it because it means I don't have to. It means that I don't have to. It makes risking of stuff nice. So each one is done, and I will just delete this and this. So when I came to the 5 minutes, of course, Kishos mentioned we should sell. I realized that, so this was a news candle, we're trading into it, and just before the open, and of course, really you can I can close this. You can reduce the number of occurrences it shows for each one, so it makes life easy and stuff. And because of that, we will do the buys first. Okay, no, maybe not. Let's just do time. Okay, so when market opened here on this candle, here, of course, by then this already finished playing out. This is a type 1, so it needs an OB, so I'm not looking too much, just looking at the most obvious ones, because we do the same thing again. And type 1 needs an OB. This was its OB, it needs a CST. This, if I was on the 5 minutes looking at it, would have sucked me in. I cannot, that would be true. Why? maybe not, but yeah, it would have most likely. But I wasn't too convinced it will have. Why? Because if this is a type 1, this candle is its OB, right? If this candle was its OB, then we should, it's already confirmed here, so it's a delayed one here, OB after CST of the OB, buy, and buy here. So maybe I would have come out at B because all these things ran up, but on the 5 minutes I wasn't really interested, and I do not know if I would have bought it because I really do not like this kind of big displacement. Now that we are coming here, this is type 1, this is something I can, if we close above this, but I don't want to engage, I don't want to say what I would do or not do because I'll close the chart, but mechanically this would have lost, so just keeping it as simple as that. But this was then the trade that I said I saw on the 5 minute when she was talking. It would have been like this would have been your target, but since the H1 was on play, then I will have targeted this because on the other feed it wasn't there and relatively equal lows. So it gave an opportunity for that. So there was this sell on this 5 minutes too. This is a type 2. Yeah. So I like this, and I would show us something. I'll turn this off for a minute. So if I take this is also what I do. If I bought this, so I'll add this buy, and my stop is of course supposed to be down there. That's the 100 point, but let's just wait for a minute. What the hell happened? Sorry. Okay, sorry, I was trading view. If this happens like this, what is my invalidation? This is a 2-bar. Sorry, this is another bearish expansion that is pointing. If this is the bearish expansion that is pointing, this is a type 2. Do not confirm this. Do not. The moment you confirm this, I should not be in this trade again. So my loss once this is closed here is 42 points. Break even for the day. What's the next trade? Sell this mechanically. Don't overthink it. Where's the exit? Here. 65. Stop trading. Bag. 2-bar inside a bag. 4 positions. This is like a bag. 2-bar inside the bag as a normal entry. Allow this, so because I've not, right? So normally if I was trading the other way, I'll say bag, allow this entry, then wait for a 2-bar formation, which is this sell. So should be 2-bar confirmation. Oh no, wrong one. 2-bar confirmed and sell, like position. So this will have been a loss if I was on the 5 minute only. So on the 5 minute we have a win. Here we have a loss, and now we have a win. And this is even if you're not going, further down, because this I would be one to target this. If I was going down, this would be Y. On this expansion, this is his OB, but we've not confirmed this, so we are so close. If I was trading this, I would have been looking at this as the last place. So because this is a 2-bar, this is an high probability trade because there are more than one confluence. Where will my invalidation be? That's what I was trying. I'm just to first say maybe I'll have entered it, but I was like, no, this is the OB. The invalidation for whatever partials is still running would be there, because once we see this, then we're coming for this. But I'll be more confident again to hold this, but this is 189 points. I should be out of this trade if not, but we'll keep it mechanical and place this there. and we'll zoom in again. And I thought this was going to be by now. I will have been done with this video. I'm sorry guys, I talk a lot. So we delete everything we don't use. So this was a type 2, this was a buy. Well, you already saw the action, 2 bar confirmed, so you have to close, and now you have to sell. So we save this for M5, and we can remove this. There's no, of course there is a point, because you can look at, it's nice that this was happening on the M5, you know, you could have even sold here early. There was also a bag here, 2 bar confirmation, another set. Okay, let me show you. So KX, as I was saying, when I trade bags, allow this and stuff like that. Bags, this didn't allow, but 2 bar confirmation, sell here again. So apart from the fact that it was a type 2, but sometimes I don't see everything in real time. So this was a very valid buy, very valid sell, rather, very valid sell. Again, 2 bar confirmation inside the bag, sell. This is not the bag, because I prefer the bags instead of the reversal. So if I see a 2 bar inside here, I will sell. And I will delete this and go drop to the 1 minute, which I traded, and I will show what I did for both. So I'd missed the 830, I'd missed this push down also inside this 830 on the 1 minute, before it on this bag, type 1 OB, but I was waiting for this price, didn't come back there, but I saw on the 1 minute I will have missed it, so I didn't really care much. So since we're not using that on the 1 minute, for so as not to clutter and to show we'll do only bullish, not only bearish first, because this was what I took normally. So once price came, the first thing that happened, so just showing only the bearish. Oh, okay, I need to turn this on to like 15, so it will show. So I started here, I saw this expansion, 96 points. This is not something I ignore. This is beautiful. 2 bar OB, we'll draw it out in time. So 2 bar OB, okay, confirm this in one swoop. I bought this, I bought one there, and clone, and I bought another one at 50% of this, and this was a painful loss actually, and we don't need to show the stats because it's a clutter. And so one entry here, one entry at 50%, which was, if I remember, just here. But this was a type, this long or this bullish one was a type 2, so I felt we needed an OB, so I was bullish on my targets. Of course, I wanted this because I didn't know how the OB would print, so I was like inside this, and of course the final target, which we later got to. Once this candle was pointing, I was like, okay, once this happened, immediately this close up, we've already closed below, which was very painful because in real time as I was watching it, it was when the candle closed, this candle was still above it. For some reasons, price just started there and this gap down. This is where cases maybe you should not trust your candlesticks, but it doesn't matter. When I saw this, rules were rules, I closed it. I closed it in a loss. So that was 20 points here. Let's just say 50, that's 22, that's 60 points. And I was like, okay, no problem. And I was like, another type 2 OB, we need this to happen. But what was I looking at the time? Why did I buy here? I was like, wait a minute, this expansion down, OB, this OB, this was the candle that also took it. This, if it reverses, I will trust this. I will trust this. And so it was aggressive for me, but I trusted it and I was like, you know what? If this is okay, this is going up. And I wanted this. So yeah, I put two positions there and I was like, those two positions, I put one at 20 and one at 30 to cover my loss because the position I entered there, I closed, but before I closed this had gone up. So I was down like 50 points. And I was like, one at 20, one at 30. So let's just put 30 there. And then when this price was going down, further down at almost 50%, I added two more positions there because this is close to my validation. Like I said, the beautiful thing about times like this is like stops are not too big, unlike last week whereby or 2 weeks ago it was 100. Somewhere inside there, it was almost the bottom. Just like 20%. I was like, I can live with that. At this, I closed. Once this candle closed also at 50 points, yeah, somewhere here, or 40 points. Once we took this high, I closed one of the positions again, and I closed the last one, I think, at 60. That's how I managed it. Of course, I think I showed that I just closed everything at 60 because this new position and the other one was a total of extra, in code based on the risk I used, it was going to give me like, it was the equivalent of almost 120 points, which was, so over this, it was an extra 120 points based on the two positions, of course, down there. So I closed both. It doesn't matter. And then it went up. So that was that. And why did I extend it out in time? Because if this is its OB, this one here, I know why I bought. Oh my god, that was lies. Now I know why I bought here. Not just trusting it, lies. So, but let's come back. So, if this type 2 OB, buy the OB mechanically, stops below. Where is the TP? There. 40 points, 44 points. We don't mind 44 points. So I like this because I'm showing this because it's following the rules. When they sell above, we'll show the sells, but this is the TP. It's a type 2, which had this here. So I could have bought here. I could have bought here. And exit here. So 35, 37, 70, and stops below. Okay. Why did I say that? Because this is type 2, we buy it. Also, it's a type 2 that had an OB. We buy its OB too if it gives us. So it will have NB entry. Excuse me, entry here, entry there. Why did I enter here? Which I saw now is a lie. Type 2. We confirmed the type 2 here. Also, the other reasons was valid. This was the candle that took it, but we confirmed it here. But entered, but exit, and should have been here finally, but we'll keep it there. So, and once this happened, I stopped trading and I was doing demo stuff. So we would save this. Oh my, 24 minutes. I can't believe this has gone too long for that. So, and this is M1. So M1 gave more than enough. M1 sell. So we can pound this off back, not this, and look at our bullish candles on this one. Beautiful what? So bullish type 1 needs an OB. This was a trade that Lala took. Because I just prefer the Discord names Erica took, and this was the bag, of course, and 2 bar, like I said, inside confirm, but we know this, and this is why I said I also did the same thing. Type 1 OB. So this was printing, this already printed its OB. We need, since this was a type 1, we need an OB. We're not going to sell this. Of course, we could have, if it was timed and I was trading GU, I would sell this. I would sell this one to actually, I'll sell this here, so it will have been, but it doesn't matter. OB for this guy. This guy, OB, we have the quant special. So, why? Or even the KX special. And the quant special. See, buy side, sell side, we trace sell. So, but I wasn't looking at that at the time. I just saw an OB. OB. Once this confirmed, I was on demo, I sold. Yeah. And on my demo, on my picture, I had a line here. Why? I was looking at this bag. I was like, the invalidation is a close above the candle that formed the bag. So targets this low one. So this is its own target. Okay. When price returned back, I had 2 entries, and one here, one there. When price returned here, I sold again because this has confirmed this. This will be, we have to retrace to it. Sold. I was a little bit scared. I was like, okay, what is happening? But then I remembered, wait a minute, we are inside this bag invalidation. As price was going up, this is, and this was what I was saying about the candle that closed the 2 bar, its entry also, its open is important. I sold this again. Because I think I had one more entry there and I was holding. And this is the trade that went as far down as, oh, and our sell have been validated, but we like this type 2 OB confirmed. Oh my god, returns to it. But we'll check it out. This I love this trading stuff. So this I closed it for 200 points. So 200. And these ones I closed this smaller one for 20 because they were low. I closed this for 50. Of course, I was taking partials. I added more. Yeah, why? Type 2. I should have added more here. I didn't see this quickly. And then type 2, this once this confirmed, was it here? Wait a minute. This okay, this was a type 2 with an OB. Once we closed here, I sold here because we closed below its low on that week, very small. And this was, and I closed for 20. Closed some position at 20 here, extended some for 30. So, but we'll keep it mechanical and keep it like this. Type 2, sell, exit here for 12, 2 positions, or you can opt for 20. Type 2, sell, comes back, loses, no problem. You're done for the day. So, oh my god, I don't know how I use all this stuff so much, but I should not be trusting this, but it doesn't matter. Why? Type 2, type 1. A type 1 setup has more priority, in my opinion, than a type 2 setup, but that's my opinion. And I believe it strongly. I would give more priority to a type 1, but it should have been, this is worth the risk. And I would not wait for this other close. Why? Because, wait a minute, I'm very lazy. This is a type. Thankfully, this was what I was saying. The indicator, because this first one, it calls it a type 1, but it's a type 2 actually, because there's an FG. The indicator doesn't do this. Is what I was trying to look for yesterday. So examples that are 2 or 3 bars, but inside it cannot predict, it cannot reference the previous one. This last one cannot use this last one there. So this is a type 1. I've been waiting for the OB. Once we close, we've already, maybe I'll wait for this because we have not validated this. So fair enough, 25 points. So this trade will have covered for this and will be up 20, 200. We know the deal, more than enough. So, oh, that was wrong. So we're looking at M1 sells, M1 buys. I just separated it today just because it was just because. And oh, this is beautiful. And if we just turn back both of them, then we can see this confirm is a type 2. It confirmed on this like we did previously. A return here is valid, just means our stop is bigger. This I'll be very aggressive with this, and I'll be praying because I'm saying that this is a type 1 that might have lost hand, but let's come back, and this is the OB, keeping it simple. So we'll buy. This is something I'll be thinking, which one do I want to trust? So we'll buy this OB and we buy this open. This stops definitely below your minimum. That would be 1. And what was I a little bit concerned about? This is type 1. This is the OB. We already CS did this. This is the OB. Of course, we closed above it too, but this is confirmed everything. So we have to sell this. We have to. But this is what, like I said, 20 points is 20 points is good. Also, we enter this bag. Failure to close this bag is not just like 20 points, and it gave 40 points. So this is not a winner. Worst case B. Additionally, even if this was not a B, at the return back to this OB, once this type 2 confirms, whatever partials you have should be gone. So 20, 35. Additionally, if you added more, because type 2 confirms here, returns to it, 18. This type 2 even gave, if I had 2 positions, gave 20 points already. Like 20 points is in these conditions is good. It's very good. And type 2, type 1, we already confirmed this OB. So this type 2, I have to close everything, every cell. Like I said, type 1, of course, or if not, I had enough to justify this shot. Type 1, exit here. This will have scared me because I'll have been like, oh, maybe I should have not have added more. But I'm trying to see if it's coming back here. I'll be more bullish, but who cares? Most important, if we do it mechanically, which it set up, it will have 1. Type 1, yeah. Type 1, OB. Type 2, confirmed. So this OB is type 2 that is being confirmed and is confirming for type 1. Buy. It's not easy to shut off our minds to what we are saying, but worth it. This is just worth it. And could go more. Type 2. Oh my God, I love this. I love when a day like this, when it shows up, and this is what pains me when I break my rules and I'm tilting. Because it's like, just trust the rules. This type 2, validates, comes back mechanically. 2 positions, 15 points. This will be scary. Why will I trust this bullish expansion? It's a type 1. We need an OB. Once this guy is formed, once this candle closes, if I had a partials, gone. Now, big one. For me to trust this, it has to come down. So I can't believe I've talked this much. Type 1, because I remembered on the 5 minutes we were looking at this. I remembered this at the beginning. Type 1, because I was like, I didn't want to trust this. OB, buy, even on the 5 minutes. 20 points is done. Done. So I'm sorry this took so much. I don't know. I just get talking and talking. And because of that, I get lost in in everything. Of course, I've shown us this gold, so we'll go to the 15 minutes. Sorry, I will just show everything. I don't know, I talk a lot. This was what I was trying to, so I really like this feature, so it's not compressed. So this was what I was trying to see. I saw this when I woke up, because gold, I do not really like trading on the 5 minute. Maximum is, I like 1 hour and 8:15 or 4 hour on gold, or maybe daily. 8:15 is our low I want to go. And also gold has been, China and Russia has been buying a lot of gold. You've been seeing it pump. So I don't want to use smaller time frames. Also, even 0.01 lot is, before you know it, 22. It's like it's moving a lot. Even the minimum lots have been. So gold, I saw this, like I said, I was like, okay, type 1. I wasn't happy that we didn't create, when this was coming, of course, just acting against me. Then I closed it. I was like, I'm not doing it again. But this was what I was saying. This was a type 1. This was its confirmation for this one. But I was telling my friend that I could have closed this here too. Just later on, I saw why, even if I wasn't awake to this, I should have closed it. Of course, I wanted this, but this is 34 points. This is 20. It would be crazy. And if I was doing hard, which I do, of course, my stop will not be here. My stop will be based on this. But let's assume it was there. This is 2 hours. 2 hours. It's madness if I do not take any partials, or I'm still not in the trade. But comes back to why I said I prefer this will have been a loss on the 15 minutes, but on the 1 hour, then we'll turn back everything. On the 1 hour, type 2, nothing. Type 2, nothing. So this is why I like the 1 hour. This is why I like 1 hour on gold. Of course, also because these are the type of things. 1 hour, of course. So on the 1 hour, the last time we had yesterday night, or in this morning before the market closed, was type 2 at the end. So today we'll draw this guy out. Didn't return to it, but it's okay. Type 2 confirms, trades back to it, sell. Target there, 9 pips. But this guy is also an OB. So clone, OB, confirmed, return. So even this lower entry was the first entry. Target there, minimum, until we close this two. So now we are in this trade, and we will see if it gives on the gold. Why? This just confirmed. So if this is the OB, this is a type 1, it needs an FEG, sorry, another block. So this is a bag, my stops will be here, and in this scenario, since this guy, this is its own OB and we confirm this, so I'll put a line. This other type 1, I'm not saying this is the beginning of the fall, but we confirm this OB. It still needs this. I can be ambitious with this, but we'll come back to see if it worked. So if this was the first entry and this was my first target, then definitely by going into drawdown, I am not taking this off at B. I'm adding more. So $30, 1 to 1, even with this volatility, this is a great day. So that was gold. On GU, I was looking, I think, on the 4 hour, I think, or maybe on the 1 hour. Oh, this was the trade of last week that's still hot. But I was looking at this, I was like, this is a type 2. So this is a type 1. It shows it's at a type 1. We need, this is the OB, we've confirmed it. Then we should be in a sell. Yeah. Also type 2, we confirmed it, sold here, so you were selling, yeah, already, and you should have closed here for 27 pips. You could extend it quant style and go for because buy side, sell side, and you're targeting this, but that's depends because this is 4 hour, these are big targets, or I can target half of this. So, and now we're in this one and we are thinking this, and if the next 4 hour close below this, then that will be a type 2 confirmation, and we are very happy with this sell. And finally, I'll come to my GU. GU is a little bit different. I use a different template, but still the same idea. It's on the 5 minutes. It was my trade this morning. And I'll change this to this. On GU, because I was going to show the 2 bar, I use I start at, we can close so that session. I'm still using the opinion of the submission range that price will go to. So this is time. This was what I was saying about. If it's timed, I use 2 bar. So I'm looking for a 2 bar formation, and I'm going to sell towards a timed or a key level, because my key level, my 2 bar and my confirmation is just a key level here. But the difference also is that, because I asked Tish, is that if it's an odd number, so if we have more than 3 candles in the expansion, then I wait for, so let's say for instance in this we have 1, 2, 3, 4. I would be waiting for price to close below this second one and return. So what am I trying to say is that close below this, because there are 4 candles in this expansion. So if the expansion has more than 2 candles, I usually wait for the second 2 candles in the expansion to be closed to confirm as a 2 bar. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4. So from the top, 1, 2, close below this, then my 2 bar is already, and I would sell from the highest, of course, towards 2 p.m. price in this instance. So price will have been this. I usually, and then if I was targeting this, that would have been the end of the trade. I think this will have gone up and closed here for coming, because this is, I have a feeling it's ran down before going up, so maybe this will have been a loss. But I trade just on GU. Maybe I'll make a separate video. I just use this every day. 2 bar close, and this is when people used to see on this. I had this template number 1 when I said to close for 2 bar needed, ignore others, and this was this model or this strategy allowed me to really appreciate 2 bars. So the idea is that on GU on 5 minutes, I start trading from London Open. I believe price will go towards 2 p.m. price. If we are above it, short it. If we are below it, long it. I didn't trade this because I was busy, but yesterday we were below it. These ones are very interesting, but we were below it. We have this 2 bar. We confirmed it here. The candle for confirmation is below it, so it's a buy. This, I use my stop is a maximum of 10 pips. maximum of 10 pips. So on this day, and I target a 221. It's a slow moving stuff, but I enjoy it. And a maximum of doesn't mean, because sometimes the candles come in more. And I missed this. And today was supposed to be, I couldn't trade this, so two bar, we didn't confirm. We closed above it. So after we closed above the previous two bar, previous expansion, then we start counting this. So this was the candle that closed. It's closed. It came back. I wasn't on this because I was busy, so missed this. I was like, okay, it's a loss. I can enter 2 times. Bam, bam, bam. Loss. The next two bar was this guy because this closed above this expansion. So 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, closed below this. Then I was waiting. You see, I had an alert. This alert was because this is 1, 2, 3 candles in the formation for Kish. And if I was trading Nasdaq with the way we trade the KFC, this is enough. OB also, so this is enough. But I don't mix the strategies. Even though this was an OB close just above it, I would not sell this because it's already confirmed. I would not. I'll just leave it alone. It's who cares. So comes, closes here, but I need a second candle, closes, okay, confirmation, and then I was expecting it to run up and I set an alert in case it came back, but it did not. It died, so it would have been a losing day for one setup, and I would not take another thing else, even though all this went against me. The next time I could trade was here, but I've learned not to trust old levels that much. Like I want to sell at the most premium price and buy at the most discounted price. And today, for some reasons, I was so scared of this trade, and it went beautifully well. And yet, I was not in it. But it is what it is. But I like this. How is the result like? I call this the GYouTube PM. Result is cool. It's too bad, and losses. Even if we have one win loss, it's still a loss. And it's slow. It's stressful. It needs more screen time, but I'll take 100% gain in. Oh my god! I've not added channels in 2 weeks. That's not good. So that's not. Forget you saw that. And now, yeah, I'm getting too excited, and that will be the end of this. And Nasdaq is doing what Nasdaq does best. I think we are looking at this for a minute just now. So, and if we turn this back to this, this just makes me happy. Expansion, this just makes me happy. Expansion, which we already bought, already ETP. This, oh, okay, we said this we would buy if this happens. So this will have been a loss. We would sell rather. This will have been a loss because this was a tuber. If you remember what we were saying, we got confirmed here, so we'll have sold here. Oh, and this will have been a very painful loss again, and I'll stop chatting. Jeez, I don't know why. I thought this would be the shortest review. This will have been a type 2 tuber, closed it, comes back, but also type 2. I will have added 1 year of pain, and then it will have closed. And once this closed, I'll have said, okay, that's it, done. And then what happens? Dies. Sometimes I do re-enter if I truly believe that, you know what, I'm going to re-enter, but this one has not had, so now it's going to have it. Oh, I'll have been pained, because now this is confirmed, and I'll be like, will price come back here and give me this? I don't know. We'll put, oh my god, pain. But I think also price is coming back. maybe for something lower. No, I can just, I forgot it, doesn't matter. So that's it on BTC. I think it works too, but on BTC I do hourly and daily and very big charts. This, and this is just a classic W that is just playing out. But this classic W2, I believe that type 2 confirms returns, doesn't take it by type 1 confirmed by. So I love it. I love the fact that we can use it on any time frame, anything. Sometimes I use this labels just because I'm used to doing that, just giving bulletin one, and this would be my target, but we'll see how it goes. All right. Thank you guys, and then do better. UK 100, things like this. I trade them on the hour, and I do not like when an hourly candle is looking like a 5-minute candle. It just makes me unhappy because it's like, why? And then in those instances, I usually just try to go because I like things like this, and this is painful because if it had given us this year, this would be a great buy. Then I look type 1, OB, buy. So type 1, there. Type 1, daily, wow. Buy, confirms it, buy, because everything peaked. So if we're looking for the rejection, that's a big stop. But I don't think I have enough money for a daily charting, but this is good. Buy, on this day, buy more down. Definitely have to buy more down. Maybe 50% of this open. I'm getting too excited. I'm so happy I'm not trading. Oh, 50% too. And that would be the trade. Thank you.